Here's what's happening on 99.3 The Vine.
It is our Wellness Wednesday. We're here with Jane Ehrman from Images of Wellness. Hey, Jane, welcome back.
Thanks.
I guess I say welcome back because I guess we haven't spoken since before the holidays, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's good to see you again. And I certainly hope you had a good one. We are here 1 week into the new year. And some of us have made New Year's resolutions, as we do, and others maybe not. And some perhaps are still contemplating how they might want to approach this year. I kind of look at January as like one big, I'm going to look at the calendar looms ahead. I'm going to look at the whole year, kind of for the whole month, as far as how I do. So some people might still be contemplating how they want to approach this year to improve their health and well-being. What suggestions do you have for us?
First of all, let's start by reflecting on the previous year and what was important to you. Even write some things down. And I suggest when you review the previous year, start with the good things, the things that went well first. Maybe you slept pretty well for the most part, or you got a nice amount of physical activity in, or you have a good, strong community connection with friends, things like that. And then look at where you might want to improve some things and make a list there too. Could be any number of things. Maybe you want to be more physically fit, or you'd like to take some lessons like dance lessons, or learn a new language, or make more time for yourself. Maybe meet some new friends, eat healthier, get more sleep. You get the idea.
Yeah.
Then you want to avoid trying to make too many changes at once. Seriously, choose one. And you might be thinking, oh, really? Yes, really, because it gets complex and life ends up coming inside. So pick one, the one that you feel most strongly about, and then ask yourself why. Why do I want to do this? Why is it important to me? And is this something that I want to commit myself to doing? If you want to be successful, it's about doing it for yourself as opposed to I'm doing it for my kids. They really want me to always make this. Don't do that to yourself. It needs to be for you.
Well, and one certainly seems more attainable, I would think, as well.
Absolutely.
As opposed to a long grocery list. Well, once we choose something, once we've narrowed it down, what's the next step at that point?
It's important to put together a plan because you're either planning to succeed or you're planning to fail. So be reasonable about your expectations and realistic. When I figure out specifically what I'm going to do, am I being realistic? Can I do it? An example would be if you decide I'm going to eat better. Well, that's loosey-goosey and vague. What does that mean? So be specific. That means I'm going to eat more veggies. That's my big sticking point. So then you want to be measurable and be specific there. So start with maybe 2 or 3 servings of vegetables a day, and then build up to 3 or 4 days in a week. You're going to do that. And continue. After a week, maybe you increase to a couple more servings in the day and more days of the week. And you want to chart your progress. So this is measurable. You're saying this is how I'm going to increase it. And then you check off on the days that you did and how many vegetables you ate. So you can see your progress. That can be really a motivating kind of thing. And on top of that, part of the planning is that means you go to the store and you actually buy the vegetables.
Right.
And then don't let them rot in the refrigerator. That means that you clean them, cut them up so that they're ready to either eat with some dip or something, or that you're going to include in some cooking that you're going to do. Then aim for progress, not perfection. Start out easy, as I said, just a few times a week, and then increasing as you go along. Have a plan for setbacks. How will you get back on track after you miss a couple of days for whatever reasons? A way to help with that is having a buddy system. Have a friend that will encourage you, not nag you, but encourage you to get back on track. Someone who also won't let you get away with flimsy excuses. Well, it was raining, that kind of thing.
Right.
Chart that progress and check off on the calendar the days you succeed and celebrate them. And then also learn from the tough days. What contributed to those tough days? What can I do about that? Another example along those lines might be about getting more exercise in. First, if you have some health issues, it's a real good idea to check in with your doctor before starting. So say you want to just start walking. Maybe you haven't been walking very much, and it's a great thing. All you need is a good pair of shoes. Start off with maybe 2 or 3 walks a week for 15 or 20 minutes. Set your phone to be a timer so that when you get to 7 minutes, you turn around and go back. So
Right.
you get close to the 15 minutes in kind of thing. Then increase it to 3 to 5 times a week, increasing the time to 20 or 25 minutes, and keep that routine going.
Well, that sounds pretty good. Well, what can we do when we get off track? So many times we set these big lofty goals and it just doesn't happen. You want to throw in the towel. What are some helpful ways to deal with that?
Oh, Robin, that's a great question. It's so important to look at this as a process. Again, progress, not perfection. Get out of the all or nothing thinking. When you continue to be consistent with things, it develops and strengthens this new activity over time. But you can expect that there are going to be ups and downs along the way. The truth is, we all get off track from time to time. That's a normal thing. You miss a few days for whatever reasons. Don't get caught up on negative kinds of thinking. Like you just said, oh, throw in the towel. I can't do this. It's too difficult. It'll never work for me. I'm just too weak. I'm a failure. Wah, wah, wah. That kind of thing just doesn't help. So here are 4 steps to take to help you get back on track. First, look honestly at what caused you to get off track. Was it that negative thinking? Or maybe that, just this one time, I'm not going to do it. Because those add up. You'd be amazed at how often one time turns into 2 times and then you're off track.
Oh, for sure.
And it's true that life does happen. Kids get sick. There's a change in the work schedule, or vacations happen, work projects. It's important to recognize what got me off track here. The second thing is, what are some solutions for those things? Because it's going to happen. So adjust your routine. Maybe because of a change in work schedule, you have to change the time you do something or the place you do something. So the other piece is to make an attitude adjustment, especially if you've gotten all crabby about it. I can't do this kind of thing. Get an attitude adjustment. Maybe this is the time you decide, okay, I need a buddy to do this with me or help me with some accountability. Then refocus on your goal and why was this important to me? Is it still important to me? And at other times in your life, how did you overcome obstacles that got in the way for your success? Because we've all succeeded at some stuff. What did we do that helped us succeed? How did we learn to say yes to ourselves and apply that to what's going on now? The third step, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Mm-hmm. The third step is to let go of guilt, shame, and blame. That's wasted energy. You're just human, okay? So let go of you made some mistakes and got off track. The fourth one is just get back on track. Get back out on the sidewalk and start walking. Get some veggies and start incorporating them in your meal. Also, there's this proverb, fall down 7 times, stand up 8.
That's so great. That's good to remember for so many different things in our life. We're talking with Jane Ehrman here from imagesofwellness.com. We're talking about ways that we can set those goals and be successful for the upcoming year now that we're kind of kicking off January. Jane, when it comes to making a positive change for ourselves, what are the main points that you want us to take away today?
Take some time to reflect on the previous year, what went well, and what would you like to improve? Determine your why. Why do I want to make this change? Why do I want to do this? Why is it important to me? Then set realistic steps for your success. Create a routine that's reasonable. Consider having a support buddy to help you along the way, someone who's going to really help you with accountability. And celebrate your successes. Recognize any possible and real speed bumps and get ready for them with strategies to help you break through that stuff when you get off track. Let go of comparing yourself to others and how they do it. Again, that's just not helpful. Strategize how you're going to make and manage these speed bumps going forward.
Well, Jane, I feel so much better as far as kind kind of having a starting place and where to go. And I love these suggestions. They seem very doable, attainable, realistic. And I love that you're emphasizing not coming down too hard when we stumble because, we all do it, right?
Exactly.
Well, thanks for joining me. I always love our time together. And we'll see you in a couple weeks then.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
99.3 The Vine is proudly owned and operated locally by Wind Down Media.